Thank you very much. It's our pleasure to be here. Thank you.
Well, we're just thrilled to have you here, and you'll be putting on a concert tonight, and so we're really looking forward to that. But I'll tell you, one of the things we're looking at tonight as well is you've given us the absolute privilege of being able to release your brand new CD tonight, and tell us a little bit about this CD. I understand it's been a long time coming, so what's happening there?
Well, we had so many requests to release something new, and finally we did. And we've also, other than just new material, we have included some vocal on it as well, which has been in demand. People have been asking for the vocal portion. So we have just created a real variety album with vocals and a real cross-section of our music.
That's incredible. And Alan, we've got a very big crowd coming for you tonight. It's not quite a sellout yet, but I would imagine by 7:30 it would be. There is still some tickets available, and if people want to come down, I would highly recommend get down here now. Get your tickets. Don't wait till the last moment. There just might not be anything left. So come on down and get your tickets for one of the best shows in town. And Alan, this is your first chance into the Rainbow Chorale. What do you think of it?
It blew me away, Tony. As you
Really?
know, when you were taking me through it, it superseded my wildest expectations. It's just a wonderful room, and I think Wetaskiwin is very, very lucky to have such a beautiful facility.
Well, thank you, and of course we're looking forward to you guys cracking open the first sounds in this new building here with no echoes. And man, that's going to sound good.
It does. Just by walking in there, you can feel the
Ambience
sound,
of
the
the room,
ambience of the room, and it is great.
You know, I got to recall, I've mentioned this to you before, but I want to mention it to all of the folks listening out there. I can remember years ago when I used to live in Prince George, British Columbia, and we only had 2 radio stations there, and most of them, they called it country, but we sure didn't. And so that was basically all we could get out there in Prince George, and I loved the old-time music. Well, we ended up moving to Whitecourt, Alberta, got involved with a new convenience store chain called Tags, of all things, and then it was owned and operated by the grocery people in Edmonton. Had the opportunity to attend one of their, well, actually we attended them all, their annual convention in the fall. And so we went there for a 3-day convention, not knowing what to expect. And so it was a good convention. There was good workshops. And then they had the banquet for the Saturday night. And they had that banquet. And then all of a sudden, there was this band came up that called the Emeralds. And I could not believe the quality of music that I was hearing. It was everything that I always wanted to hear. And you know, that night you guys put on an incredible show, and I stayed there until you had played your absolute last note.
Well, thank you, Tony. And something we all realize is the longevity of the Emeralds is due to people that have continued to support us for all these years, and we appreciate it very much.
Well, you played around, how long have you been playing together now?
On the 21st of July, it will be 35 years.
Oh, man.
And I might add, we are going to keep doing it till we get it right, Tony.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Now, you have been world-renowned players. Matter of fact, we've got a listener on the internet all the way from Singapore, and was quite surprised to see that you even were in Singapore. How
That's
long
right.
ago was that?
That goes back to 1978 when we were doing a tour for the Commonwealth Games that were held in Edmonton.
Okay.
And we did a whirlwind trip right around the world. A trip that we will never, ever forget. It was a trip of a lifetime.
And, of course, that's a different style of music over there, but how was it received?
They loved Yellowbird as much as they loved it here.
And then you folks, I know you didn't write it, but you were the one to make it popular, and you created a new dance craze that everybody is still dancing to today, and that is the bird dance. Tell us a little bit about that.
Well, we were very fortunate that we were approached in 1982 by KTEL International to record the song for them. And we did, and of course, 6 gold, 2 platinum, 1 double platinum after that. And the song is still gaining momentum. We just recently had it signed to Paramount Pictures, and it's in the movie Jimmy Neutron, Boy Genius, and it's been in the movie Crime Wave, and it's been on a number of compilation albums. So it just keeps rolling around the world.
Sounds like it was a terrible flop for you.
I know, yeah.
Boy, I'll tell you, congratulations on that. Now, the actual dance that goes along with that, who created that?
That came with the dance. It was originated in Holland, and that's how they did it. And there's a few variations of it, but it's basically the same.
That's incredible. Every time you hear that, da 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 da.
Every time I hear it, I smile.
Do you? I'll bet you do. I'll bet you do. And so that is just great. Now, for you also toured and played a lot in the States too, didn't you?
Yes, we did 12 years of touring in the United States, all the way from Los Angeles to McAllen, Texas, and we've played all through there. And we entertained the Snowbirds in Arizona an awful lot. We had a number of venues there that we went back year after year, and they just loved us down there.
And you also had a very long term at the Red Barn in Edmonton, didn't you?
Yeah, that was a 17-year gig.
Lasted that long, eh?
Yeah, 17 New Year's Eves we played there.
Yeah.
And at least once a month or more.
Yeah. Well, that is incredible. You've had an incredible run. You've had an incredible number of CDs, and I think I got every one of them except the latest one, and now you just gave me one of those. So
well, this is our 29th.
Okay. That'll be going into our data bank, and you can be assured that it'll be played lots on CHS Radio. And as you already know, we do have a bit of a disappointment to our listeners out there, because it was listed in the Pipestone flyer that today would be the day that we increase our power, but we've got a bit of a snag there, so we're going to be a few days yet before we do. But once we do increase that, we'll be heard all over Edmonton, so you'll be able to turn on the radio and hear the Emeralds on radio again.
I'll be listening.
I'll bet. You betcha. Now, you have changed a few of your people from the time you first started, but how many of you are original, Rich, from the beginning?
We have 3 originals, Don Remika, the drummer, and Wallace Petrick, the saxophone, clarinet, trumpet, violin, you name it, he plays it. And yours truly, and 2 new people are Terry Cole and Doc Olenek.
Mm-hmm. Now, you have a very, very smooth saxophone sound, very tight harmonies. I've noticed other bands, after you guys got out there, they were trying to copy you, which is good, you know. It shows you that you are the leader, and the others wanted to copy you, but you must have worked a long time to get that sound.
Well, we what happened is in the early days, Billy Vaughn had a sound that he created using 2 alto saxophones. And we decided we would try to create a distinctive sound using 2 tenor saxophones, and that's exactly what we did, and it's worked very well for us.
Terrific. How many saxophones you gone through in, 37 years?
This is my 3rd one.
You just blew them right apart, eh?
Yeah. No, the first one I think I paid $1.49 for, and it didn't play very well.
Plastic, huh?
Yeah.
Hey, that is good. Greg, you got the opportunity now to be able to talk with the Emeralds. You've often played them. What have you got to ask them?
Well, I'll tell you, it's just really an honor to be able to have you guys in the Rainbow Chorale here. I remember, I think it was last year when you played at the Memorial Arts Center for one of our Opries, and it was just a blast to have you guys. And as Tony mentioned, you know, having the chance to just see the station here and the be able to incorporate station with the theater and to have you guys in is just great. We really encourage everybody to stop by and enjoy the show this evening. As far as questions, I don't know, Tony's kind of stolen the show, and he's really doing a nice job at asking what needs to be asked, I guess. 29 albums, that goes back a long way. Do you have any favorites, I guess, that you've done? Any favorite places that you might have been or seen? Or
Well, if you want to talk about favorite albums, we have to say The Bird Dance, because it's been the biggest seller. But places, well, I guess our trip around the world was probably, as I say, one we will never forget because of all the places we went to, and we were delegates from Canada. We were treated like VIP service all the way through. Yeah, and so that's one of the things I'll remember. I think the other thing is our very first gold record, which we got in New Zealand of all places.
Oh, is that right?
Yeah.
And you had mentioned the Bird Dance itself has gone quadruple platinum almost. Do you have other ones that you're really proud of that have gone a long way for you?
Well, another one that was a very good seller was the one titled Just For You.
Okay.
That has been a phenomenal sales, as well as one called Best of the Emeralds.
Yes.
Right.
And then we released one called Dance, 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 which incorporated almost every type of dance, Chatis, the heel toe, the French minuet, all the
Sure.
novelty dances. And the people, especially people teaching dancing lessons, just love that album because it's got the complete variety.
You know, with the albums you got out there, of course, some songs stand out for people more than others. You got an extremely smooth sound on the Emperor Waltz. That is super. On Life in the Finland Woods, I don't think I've heard anybody do it any better than you guys do. And I'll never forget one year that you were invited into the Kimberley Accordion Festival. And we were sitting upstairs with our booth selling the tapes and CDs. Anyway, we were watching from the back of the building, and they had a group on before you, and there was kind of spasmodic dancing and stuff like this. And then the Emeralds came on, and you know, the very first piece that you played, and I got pictures of this, you played the Blue Skirt Waltz. And you know, I don't think that more than 6 notes had been played through those saxophones, and that floor was just whoosh.
Yeah.
And you know, you had a little room to dance before, but after that it was just wiggle only.
Yeah, we take a lot of pride in reading the audiences and screening them and trying to determine what they like best. And we always just look at each other and smile. You know, our first song will usually fill the dance floor. And,
Yeah. And then after that, it's just history.
yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah. And of course, you have stayed tried and true with the old style music. And I think that's one of the things that have just endeared people to you, is because they know that when they go to an Emeralds concert or dance, whatever, they know the sound they're going to get, and they know they're not going to be disappointed.
Well, thank you very much, Tony. We're very pleased that we are able to satisfy our audiences. You know, we spend a lot of time during, observing to see, what we think they'll like, and usually we're pretty good at reading the crowds and making sure they have a good time.
Well, you know, we've got even one of our own radio announcers on air. He's called the Hostler, and he was there when you guys were with us in the Memorial Center. And last summer, he timed his holidays so that he was in Saskatchewan the same time that you were there, so that he could go down and hear one of your shows there in Saskatchewan. Now there's loyalty for you.
Well, we have a lot of Saskatchewan fans, loyal fans. We're doing a lot of work in Saskatchewan this year with their centennial. We're doing a lot of these 100th year things, and people drive for 3 hours to get to a dance there in Saskatchewan. They think nothing of it.
Yeah. Well, again, it's there's not too many places where you can get the caliber of music that you guys put out, and also the fact that it's a soft, soothing sound, and people just enjoy that. So you stayed tried and true to that old style music, and that's what brings people to you.
Well, thank you.
And I guess one other thing I wanted to ask is, now that you're into the Wetaskiwin area, you're not strangers here at all. And so people, of course, they're coming tonight. They know what they're coming to. Are you going to play the bird dance tonight?
We're compelled to play it every night.
Well, this would be interesting to see how they're going to do the bird dance in their seats.
They will. Believe me, they will.
Okay, we'll look forward to that. Yeah, that's going to be absolutely special. And again, I guess what a thrill it is to have you guys here. And, you guys helped us out so much, and we're just so proud to open the doors to the Rainbow Chorale to you. And we want you guys to have a total sellout tonight, and we're really close to that. So, ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't got your tickets yet, there's still a few left. You can probably try at the door. We will have some chairs available, so that if people do want to come in at the last minute, there's no seats available, we can put a few chairs out there so that we can get people in. We'll try to get in as many as we can. And I'll tell you what, it's going to be a hot time in the old town tonight.
You bet.
All right, Alan Broder of the Emeralds, they're in town tonight at the Rainbow Chorale. The doors are going to be open at 6 o'clock, and come on down. The show starts at 7:30. Going to be an incredible show. How long will it be tonight?
I believe we're going till 10.
Okay. All right. So you got till 10 o'clock some of the best music you could find anywhere. So that's going to be the Emeralds right here in Wetaskiwin at the Rainbow Corral. If you haven't got your tickets, come on down and get it. Greg, over to you.
Yeah, it should be a really good show. Now, just taking a look at Us, the new album, notice that there's quite a few original stuff that were written for you guys, as you had mentioned when we were talking earlier, and a lot of old standards, I guess you could call them, which is par usual for yourselves. Is there anything that you'd like to kind of look at as far as the new record? Anything you'd like to talk about with it?
Well, as I say, it's a variety. The one was written for us for the centennial. Another one, Doc, our keyboard player, wrote it when we were down in Arizona. It's titled Arizona Love.
Okay.
And we sent that one to all the radio stations down south. And it's a beautiful waltz that he wrote. And then he wrote another one titled She Doesn't Matter Anymore. That's on the CD as well.
Mm-hmm.
Muskrat Ramble is a song that everybody requests. And
Yeah, Willie was mentioning he hasn't heard that one for a while, so he was happy to see it included.
I dedicate it to all the trappers in Wetaskiwin, so I'll do that tonight.
Well, sure. Is there anything that you'd like us to take a quick listen to? And
Well, why don't we do the title song from the album, which is Look at Us, dedicated to all the folks out there having anniversaries.
That sounds really good. Emeralds, take a look at us.
Look at us, after all these years together. Look at us, after all that we've been through. Look at us, still believing in forever. If you wanna see how true love should be, then just look at us. Look at you, still pretty as a picture. Look at me, I'm still crazy over you. Look at us, still believing in forever. If they want to see how true love should be, and just look at us. In 100 years from now, I know without a doubt, they'll all look back and wonder how we made it all work out. Chances are we'll go down in history if they want to see how true love should be. They'll just look at us. Down in history if they want to see how true love should be, they'll just look at us. If they want see how true love should be, they'll just look at us.
Oh, that is the Emeralds, and City Slicker, isn't that nice?
That's a wonderful, wonderful song. I just absolutely love it. The arranging is fantastic in that, and as well the vocals, the dulcet tones, just and the harmony of the saxophones that you mentioned, and like I say, just a wonderfully mixed CD. I highly recommend this to any Emeralds fan and anyone who wants to just break into the new sound of the new genre. It's a great, great CD.
And I have Alan at the upstairs studio here yet. There's something we missed, Greg, but I just wanted to ask him is, you got lots of those CDs tonight for sale? And he's nodding his head, so yes, they have. So listen, if you folks want to own the brand spanking new CD of the Emeralds, then make sure that you get it as you come into the Rainbow Corral tonight for the concert. And there's still some tickets available. Come on down and get your tickets. And we're going to move right over to Studio 2, and I see that Ruby